Good morning, students. Today, metals and non-metals. I will discuss about some important questions answer for your board exam. Okay, look at the board. Now, I will start from question number 6. What is this? Small sodium pieces should not be thrown into a sink in the laboratory. What is the question? Small sodium pieces should not be thrown into a sink in the laboratory. Means what? After finishing your work, you should not put sodium metal into the sink, into the basin, because what is there? And think about your reactivity series. Positions of sodium, almost stop, potassium, then sodium. That I told. Please stop calling me a cute zebra. I like calling her smart guy. I told to keep in mind the reactivity series. Whatever. So sodium is very reactive metal, right? So easily it will number question number 6. Sodium in water, basin water. This cold water gives sodium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. Okay, so here hydrogen 2, oxygen how many? 1. Hydrogen here put 2. Okay, so hydrogen gas is produced, and this is explosive reaction. Golden flame will come out. Okay, so that's why sodium must not be thrown into the sink because sodium is highly reactive metal. It will catch fire on water. Okay, now question number 5. What is question number 5? Metals can displace hydrogen from acids, but non-metals cannot. Metals, if you think any metals, acid, HCl, suppose you will get MCl or MCl2 if it is divalent, MCl2 plus hydrogen. Okay, you know this reaction. So here put 2 HCl, hydrogen 2. Okay. So in this is possible, but if you take non-metal like carbon plus HCl, no displacement reaction. Okay, why? Question is that why this reaction possible, but this is not possible? Because metal is a strong reducing agent. It supply electron to proton to produce hydrogen gas. Okay, M plus HCl means what? H plus. You can think like that. HCl will be ionized as H plus plus Cl minus. This H plus is coming here, and metal will donate electron to H plus to give what? M plus and H. How many hydrogen? 2. So put 2. Okay, here also 2. So what I told, metal provide electrons to H plus. So this is the what agent? Reducing agent. Okay, and what happened to this? Here 0 to plus. This is oxidation. So reducing agent. Okay, but non-metals will gain electron acceptors. They will not be able to provide electrons to H plus. That's why it will not displace hydrogen from acid. Okay. Now question number 4. What is question number 4? In nature, aluminum is found in the form of its compounds, while gold is found in free state. Gold is found in free state, but aluminium its compounds. Why? Now aluminium is highly reactive elements. Reactivity series almost top. So aluminium highly reactive. It can react with oxygen to produce aluminium oxide, Al2O3. Okay, oxygen put here 2, 4 and 3 to 6, 3. So here aluminium highly reactive, so it reacts with oxygen to produce its corresponding oxides. But if you take gold, Au plus oxygen, no reaction. Why? Think about reactivity series again. Where is the positions of gold? Down of the reactivity series? No, bottom of the reactivity series. So gold is found in the net state. Okay, in net state. So It why native means what? Alone. It will not react with other substance because it is very inert. Okay. Now question number what? Question number, this is over. Aluminum nature, aluminum is over. Now question number 3. What is this? For making gold ornaments, 22 karat gold is preferred to 24 karat gold. Why? If you take 24 karat gold, this one, it is very soft. But I told 24 karat gold is very soft. It is not usable for making jewelry. But if you take 22 carat, then what will happen? 22 carat means you have to take two either 2 carat, 2 part either copper or silver impurity. Means one alloy will form. That is 22 part gold and 2 part copper or silver. Then it will form one alloy. You know, it is the homogeneous mixture of metals or non-metals. So one alloy will form and it will be very hard and it is very useful for making jewelry. Okay, so what I told, 24 karat gold is very soft, so it is not usable for making jewelry. But when I will take 22 part of gold and 2 part either copper or silver, then it will form one alloy which is very hard and it is usable for making jewelry. Okay, now question number 2. What is question number 2? Question number 2 is that reactions of nitric acid with metal generally does not evolve hydrogen gas. Very important reaction. We know any metal like zinc plus sulfuric acid or nitric acid, you will get what? Zinc, sulfate plus hydrogen. But if you take zinc plus nitric acid, generally no hydrogen. If you think this, no, not possible. Why not possible? Because nitric acid is very strong oxidizing agent. Strong oxidizing agent means what? It will easily oxidize, produce hydrogen into water. Okay, so and it will reduce into corresponding nitrogen oxides, maybe into NO2, etc. Think about this. If we take zinc, so reactions at the beginning, hydrogen gas will be produced. Zinc nitrate plus hydrogen, it will be produced. But after few seconds, hydrogen will react with nitric acid to give what? Water, and then NO2 or NO or N2O. So these compounds will form. So this is what? This is oxidation. So this is what agent? Oxidizing agent. Why? Nitric acid oxidizes hydrogen into water and itself what? Reduces. So this is reduction. So in this reaction, hydrogen reduces nitric acid. We can say this is which type of agent then? Obviously reducing agent. So this is what reaction? Redox reaction. This is redox. Okay, so what is the point? Nitric acid is very strong oxidizing agent. It oxidizes hydrogen into water and itself reduces to nitrogen oxides. Okay, so hydrogen cannot be obtained. Okay, this is question number 2. Now last question, what? Metals conduct electricity. How? Now question number 1 answer, metal, any metal, good conductor almost. Why? Due to the presence of free electrons. Okay, in any metal there are free electrons, like sodium minus 1 electron, you will get what? N, that is M minus Ne, you will get Mn plus. Okay, So these free electrons are responsible for the conducting of electricity. For metal, 3 electrons. But for ionic compounds, if you think this one, NaCl, it is also good conductor, and sodium also good conductor. But sodium good conductor due to the presence of 3 electrons. But sodium chloride good conductor due to the not presence of 3 electrons. What? In water, it will be ionized as this. So these are ions. Here ions, and here free electrons. Okay. So metals are good conductor due to the presence of free electrons, but ionic compounds are good conductor due to the presence of ions in aqueous or molten states. Okay. Thank you.